Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
A very warm welcome to the GEP e-booth of Nanhua Primary School.
I am Mr. Ng Wei Sheng.
And I am Mrs. Teo Li Shan. We are your hosts for today.
We would like to start off by providing you with an insight into our distinctive school programs and facilities. Please enjoy our school's corporate video.
Whenever I am asked what the story of Nanhua Primary School is, my response is that it is a school of history, values, and distinction. It is a story of a school which is engaging the past, enriching the present, and envisioning the future. Most importantly, it is a school where the whole ethos is about nurturing people, or how we term in Chinese as 树人为本.
Nanhua Primary School is 100 years old in 2017, and very few schools in Singapore or around the world can boast of such a long and proud history. The content and even the methods of education have changed throughout our long history, but one thing that has stayed true is the focus on values. 忠孝仁爱礼义廉耻 is the school's motto. And each and every day, we teach our students to exemplify those values. They are loyal to the country, filial to their parents, they treat others with humanity, love, and courtesy. Demonstrate righteousness and integrity even when it is not easy, and exercise a sense of shame. As a school of distinction, the students are provided with as many avenues to succeed in life as possible. Be it in the field of academics, sports, or the performing arts, our students are nurtured to live up to their fullest potential. Education here encourages students to engage with their past, allowing them to explore their heritage and culture. It also provides opportunities for the students to enrich their present lives, to broaden their minds and to deepen their thoughts. Lastly, what is education without vision? Here, we use the most innovative teaching and learning methods to encourage our students to envision and transform their world in the future. 100 years of Nanhua's history have come and gone, and we are now looking forward to the future with our new state-of-the-art campus, where the next chapter of our great story will continue to be written.
So, the story of Nanhua Primary School is one of history, values, and distinction. Above all, our ethos 树人为本 will continue for many years to come.
Now, we will begin our presentation with a message from our principal, Mrs. Ong Hui Kim.
Dear boys and girls, congratulations on being selected to join the Gifted Education Program, and welcome to the Nanhua Primary School e-booth. I'm sure you have learned more about our school through the corporate video that you have just watched. Now, let me tell you more about the Nanhua GEP. The GEP in Nanhua Primary started in 1999. The GEP takes a holistic approach to stretch you in both depth and breadth with a differentiated, enriching, and dynamic curriculum. We do this through our 14 character strengths, depicted by our Nanhua mascots, Xiao Nan and Da Hua. I am sure you will enjoy your time here in Nanhua, as we have many programs arranged for you. One of the programs that your seniors from past years have really enjoyed is the Thinking program. Some of the exciting activities you will get to try is coding the BB-8 and BB-9 robots, as well as participating in an escape room challenge based on a book titled The Mysterious Benedict Society. Another thing you can look forward to is your mixed Primary 4 form classes, where you will get to make friends from both the mainstream and gifted program. This arrangement allows you to make more friends in the school, thus widening your social circles and providing opportunities to enhance your social-emotional competencies. On top of that, we do something very special in Nanhua. Every morning, before flag raising, the whole school practices the box breathing exercise together by closing our eyes and noticing our breath and our surroundings. This helps us to have a good start to the day. This is an example of the many pause activities we have in place for you. You will get to experience all these exciting programs together with our passionate and dedicated teaching staff in the school who are all looking forward to seeing you soon. 南华小学作为一所历史悠久的特选小学，我们一直努力为学生提供更好的学习环境，来学好华文、华族文化和传统价值观。我们为每个年级开展丰富多彩的特选旗舰课程活动，让学生学习华族文化，并让学生学习华族传统价值观，比如通过学习南华小学校训、《弟子规》和正向教育结合的南华小学品德教育课程，培养学生优秀的品格。学校也鼓励全校学生用南华感恩杯，在农历新年、母亲节和父亲节期间为父母长辈敬茶，教导学生敬茶的传统和意义，让学生懂得感恩，饮水思源。希望这些分享能够让大家考虑南华小学是否是你的理想学校。谢谢大家。
Thank you, Mrs. Ong, for the speech. Next up, we will bring you around our school campus.
Our very own GEP pupils will be leading you on a tour of the school. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy the tour.
Hello everyone, I am Si Chong from 6G.
And I'm Claire from 6J.
Let us take you on a tour around the school, where you will see what a typical day is like for a Nanhua student. This is the main entrance of the school, where parents drive in to drop their children off.
We sometimes alight from our parents' car at the foyer, which is near the general office.
We usually assemble in the hall before classes start. Alternatively, we report straight to the classroom, which is where we would spend most of our time in school having lessons.
Yes, it is now our favorite PE period. PE lessons are conducted in various parts of the school. We can have PE lessons in the school hall, assembly ground, the basketball court, or the indoor sports hall.
It's time for science lessons, so we are moving to the science lab on level 1. We sometimes go to the science garden during science lessons to learn about plants and animals too.
Occasionally, we will go to the think tank for our thinking lessons. These lessons are unique to Nanhua Primary School and require us to think out of the box to solve different problems.
Yes, it's time for recess. Let's go to the canteen to fill up our tummies.
Now that we have recharged after a meal, let's go play at the playground. This is a favorite play area for most pupils, so it can get crowded at times. There is also a running track next to the playground where you can jog.
Our futsal court is also a popular play area during recess.
We are going to attend a maths lecture after recess. Maths lectures are conducted in the air-conditioned auditorium.
For math today, we will be having lessons in the computer lab, where we can use the computers to do online research and complete assignments.
And finally, for our last lesson, we are going to sing our hearts out in the music room. Other than singing, we have also learned to play different musical instruments during our music lessons.
It's finally dismissal time. Pupils taking the school bus home will assemble at the basketball court to wait for their school buses, while those waiting for their parents can wait at the canteen or the bus bay.
I have to stay behind for my CCA, but it does not start until 2:30 p.m. So I usually go to the library to borrow books or do my homework. Don't you find the oriental design of the furniture interesting and befitting of Nanhua as a SEP school?
I am in the art club CCA, and this is the art room where I can unleash my artistic talent.
Time for my Chinese dance CCA. This is the dance studio where we have our weekly dance practices. Doesn't it look awesome?
And that's how a typical day in school is like for a Nanhua student.
We hope you have enjoyed the tour. Stay safe and see you soon.
Up next, let's take a look at the vibrant co-curricular activities that we offer here in Nanhua.
Boys and girls, I'm sure you'll be very excited to learn more about what you can participate in when you enroll into our school. Let us invite Mrs. Sandy Tape, our Head of Department of PE and CCA, to tell us more.
Hello boys and girls, I'm sure you are eager to find out what are the CCAs in store for you in Nanhua.
At this juncture, we will take a break from all the information that we have just shared. We will now be addressing some of the questions that you have posed specific to our school programs and operations.
Please note that questions specific to the Nanhua GEP will be addressed in the second Q&A segment later on in the program.
Good afternoon all. Thank you for raising all these questions so that we can address them at this session. For starters, the answers to the following questions that you see on screen now can be found in the FAQ section of our prospectus. In the interest of time, I will skip to the other questions. How many days do students have to stay back after school? P4 GEP students will not need to stay back for GEP-specific classes after school. The number of days they stay back depends on the CCAs or enrichment programs that they sign up for. In P5 and 6, they may stay back 1 or 2 days for GEP Computer Enrichment Program or extra classes. How many existing Nanhua students got into the GEP? How many places do you have left? We offer 2 GEP classes, and currently, about half a class will be filled by our existing students if they decide to take up the offer. So we are currently looking to fill 1.5 classes. If you're considering Nanhua, our advice would really be to consider the homeschool distance as well as whether a SEP school is the right choice for your child.
We hope that we have addressed most of your questions in our first Q&A segment. Now, our P4 GEP pupils will be sharing their experience in transitioning into Nanhua and the GE program. We have Sarabelle and Matthew from 4A, Sophia from 4C, and Ted Pine from 4E.
I came from another school before I got into Nanhua through GEP. Initially, I felt quite unique as I was one of the only 2 pupils who came from my previous school, but my friend was sorted into another class, so it was quite tough adjusting initially. However, my teachers were always friendly and encouraging, while my classmates made friends with me readily. I was glad to know that my teachers and classmates cared about me.
Yes, I remember that on the first day of school, the teachers conducted many icebreaker activities with the class, which helped me to get to know my new classmates better. I still remember the activity when we were asked to find pupils with a particular characteristic or who owns a particular item. For example,
a person who could roll their tongue, or a person who has a yellow colored bag. Yes, not only were the activities fun, but in the process, we also got to learn more about the habits, hobbies, likes and dislikes of our classmates. We were also given a tour around the school to the various special rooms and areas such as the library and the playground.
Yes, I was also assigned a buddy to ensure that I did not get lost. We made friends, and he told me about how the campus had been renovated so we could learn in a better environment. I was glad the school cared about us. It has truly been a fun and enriching experience to attend GEP in Nanhua.
Yes,
At times, I find the GP quite stressful. However, since I've decided to join the GP, I know that I am most likely to feel stressed, no matter what school I join, because you have to adapt to a new school environment, and that is not easy.
furthermore, the GEP is designed to challenge us, and we have to understand more difficult concepts. Some might find the amount of homework overwhelming, especially since you have to learn a lot more new things.
Although I find the GP quite stressful at times, I've learned that some stress is actually good for you, as it will motivate you to do better. But if you need any help, you can approach the teachers around you. In fact, the teachers at Nanhua Primary School have really helped with the transition process, as they were always around to guide us. So, even if you feel stressed, you are not alone, so don't worry.
I agree. Before this year's mathematics common test, I felt that I was certain to fail. My mathematics teacher, Mrs. Steele, noticed that I was not coping very well. A week before the common test, she assigned a few extra worksheets for my friends and me to practice solving challenging word problems. Thanks to her help, I managed to do well for the common test. I am grateful for her and for all the teachers for sacrificing their time to help us.
Our teachers also help us develop our character strengths through nano lessons. I recall one particular nano lesson where we had to learn about a poet, Sushi. Sushi drifted to different parts of China throughout his whole life, and he faced many ordeals and trials. However, he adapted quickly and persevered through all the hardships. Through that lesson, I learned that I must persevere and also remain optimistic, like how Sushi did.
I think that I have grown and learned a lot in my year at Nanhua, and I really enjoyed my experience so far.
Me too.
A big thank you to our P4 pupils for the sharing. Now, some of our P5 GP pupils will be sharing their school experience and how they cope with the enriched curriculum. Up next, we have Kate and Peng Hao from 5G, Chloe and Kelly from 5H to share their experience.
There was a significant increase in the amount of workload and it was indeed stressful. The P5 exams were hard.
I agree. However, GP teachers are caring and helpful. We combine technology and study. We learn through online platforms such as Nearpod and Kahoot. It was fun and interesting, which definitely helped me learn the concepts better.
Yes, they're just like one big family with everyone helping one another in times of need. My teacher also helped us in many ways. For example, before exams, they will host Google Meet sessions with us to help us revise and tell us some useful exam tips.
My teacher also advised that I make a timetable to manage my time better, and I found I could get things done faster and better. This is really useful since most of us have a busy schedule and a timetable could help us get things done more efficiently. I must thank my teachers for this.
Of course, sometimes to take a break from the usual strenuous curriculum, our caring teachers will bring some fun and interesting games to let us play or let us watch some interesting videos to let us learn some new and interesting concepts and of course to have fun. Recently, my math teacher brought in a percentage card game where we learned more about percentage, decimal, fraction, and ratio. Everyone in the class loved it.
Overall, I think we are definitely coping with the curriculum with our teachers' help and guidance. We sure had a fun time learning, and I believe all of you will do too in Nanhua.
I chose to work on Individualized Research Study Program, or IRF, as I was interested to learn how to conduct research and analyze data. Our group worked on a project on whether the P5 NHPS GEP pupils would sing the national anthem. We had a lot of fun and we even got to present our work at the annual IRS exhibition. The teacher mentor there was very helpful and guided us in the right steps.
I also heard that the Innovation Program, or IVP for short, helps us to learn how to make inventions for a positive cause. Two of my classmates worked together to invent a prototype to reduce the use of plastic bags for takeaway food, and they even got to showcase it at the IVP fair.
If you're interested in service learning, then CMPS, which stands for Community Problem Solving Program, is just right for you. Besides, it's unique to Nanhua. This year, the CMPS pupils conducted a project on the proper treatment of pet fishes, helping the community understand how to treat pet fishes properly. Their teacher mentor was very helpful and advised them on their project, which helped them a lot.
Oh, and did you know Destination Imagination, or DI for short, will be included as the fourth ISO option to cater to pupils who like to perform?
That sounds fun. Now, Nanhua is the only GP center that provides 4 different project options. The P5 years to come will have more options to choose from, and I am sure that they will enjoy the program of their choice.
The teachers will also provide the necessary advice to help them decide, and I am sure that they will learn a lot in the process, just like us. Nanhua is a place where learning is truly fun.
Thank you to our P5 GEP pupils for the sharing. Up next, we have our P6 GEP pupils, Claire from 6G and Si Cheng from 6J, who will share how they prepared for PSLE, as well as their overall experience here in Nanhua.
This is a very crucial year for all of us as we are taking the PSLE this year. Initially, my parents were worried that I might not be well prepared for the PSLE, as we had to finish the GE curriculum during the first semester. However, I feel that the teachers have prepared us well in terms of content knowledge, exam strategies, and tips on how to cope well with stress.
I agree. Our teachers have been building up our content knowledge since primary 4, and in the weeks that precedes the PSLE, we did numerous practice papers and revised in class. Some of the advice that the teacher gave us actually came in handy for the PSLE.
Honestly, I never felt really nervous despite knowing how important the PSLE is. I think it is because I subconsciously knew that the teachers have prepared me well for this examination.
Overall, thanks to our teachers, I feel well prepared and confident during the examination. I'm also grateful for my parents and friends for supporting me along the way.
I think that studying in Nanhua has been a great experience.
Yes, and I think that we have to thank our teachers for creating such a positive learning environment where we are not afraid of failing. Whenever we make a mistake, our teacher will not give us the answer straight away, but will give us some hints to guide us to the correct answer. In this manner, we will become more independent learners.
Our teachers would sometimes speak with us privately to find out if we are able to keep up with the workload or if we need any help. Our teachers will also speak to our parents to update them on how we are managing our work in school.
Other than focusing on our academic performance, we also learned about our character strengths during our CCE lessons and how we can develop these character strengths. We learned how to respect other people, how to be a good listener, and how to be grateful for what we have, which would make us a better person. All of my classmates became more sensible and mature people after these lessons. I think whatever we learned would surely help us later in life.
I think Nanhua's emphasis on character development has helped to build a more caring and welcoming environment for us to study in. Our school will conduct lessons focusing on each of the school's core values, namely 忠孝仁爱, 礼义廉耻. Teachers would give us specific examples on how we can put these values into action, either during our free time or during our VIA projects. I would forever remember these values and use them to guide me later in life.
Overall, I'm glad that I chose Nanhua Primary School as my school for the GEP.
Me too.
Now that we have heard from our students from various levels, some of the parents will also share their thoughts and feelings with regards to their children's experience in the Nanhua GEP.
Since his transfer to Nanhua, Ian has grown more independent and resourceful. He is now better equipped with IT and research skills as well. The school has paced its program nicely, allowing Ian to adapt to his new environment before diving into its core curriculum. I'm also glad that the school has bridging modules to allow and benefit transfer students to cope better. The teachers also give encouraging remarks in Ian's work. I like this because it serves to motivate Ian, but also serve as informal feedback to me. Most importantly, Ian is enjoying his learning journey in Nanhua. He is very happy and likes that the teacher incorporates fun and creativity into the mundane schoolwork.
Hi parents, boys and girls. My 3 children are part of the family of Nanhua Primary School. My first child joined Nanhua through GEP. Like her brother, the 2 youngest sisters are happy coming to school every day. The teachers here are amazing. They guide, encourage, and listen. They care for our children like their very own. Nanhua is rich in Chinese culture and excel in bilingual education. I'm confident your children will grow happily in Nanhua Primary School. Thank you.
大家好，我是一位南华小6 GEP 学生的妈妈，想要借此机会特地感谢 GEP 的课程和南华的老师为我儿子所做的一切。过去3年，我眼看着儿子一天天的长大、懂事，事事会替别人着想，而且会关心国家、世界大事，会从不同的角度去分析、理解事情，这让我感觉到非常的欣喜和欣慰。我想他得益于 GEP 的课程更为的广泛和深入，而且得益于老师的教导和细心的引导，所以在此我要特地的感谢老师。我祝愿 GEP 的学生们有更加美好广阔的未来。谢谢。
3 years ago, when we select Nanhua Primary GEP for my son, we thought that there is a lot of academic-based focus for development. Especially Nanhua should be very strong in languages, which my son is very weak in, and we would like him to actually be able to focus a bit more attention on that. We were actually pleasantly surprised over the years that other than academic development, my son's language actually have improved, and he has also grown in his social development skills, soft skills like interpersonal communication, where he is able to articulate himself much better now and is able to talk about subjects that is I would think that is more matured. So thank you very much for helping my son to reach his potential. Thank you, Nanhua Primary.
For Nanhua, I think what makes a difference is the people and the culture. We've had very committed and responsible teachers and supportive parent groups. I also like the fact that Nanhua instills the traditional Chinese values reflected in its school motto. For GEP, I believe the program teaches the children beyond the academics. It prepares the children better for the future, teaches them skills such as project management and teamwork. In short, go for Nanhua, go for GEP.
To round up this segment, we have a clip featuring our Nanhua GEP alumnus, Lu Guan Yi, and his father.
Guan Yi is the recipient of the 2019 Lee Kuan Yew Award for All-Round Excellence, a national-level award for achievement in education presented to well-rounded students who exemplify qualities articulated in the desired outcome of education.
Indeed. Let's hear what the father-son duo have to say.
大家好，我是冠毅的父亲。我很高兴冠毅能在南华度过6年的小学生涯，包括3年的高才教育。在这3年里，我看到他在各方面取得显著的成长。我很感激南华一群敬业乐业的老师们，和南华独特的双语和双文化环境。因此，我希望会有更多的学生选择到南华，发展他们的才华。
Hello everyone, I'm Lu Guanyi and I graduated Nanhua in 2018. I spent 6 years of my primary school life in Nanhua and 3 years in the gifted education program. When I was in primary 3 like all of you, I was worried that I would not be able to cope with the demands of the program. However, the caring and supportive teachers helped to make the transition from primary 3 to primary 4 a smooth one. They created a safe learning environment where mistakes made were simply the next step to success. Additionally, the unique bicultural experience and school values of 忠孝仁爱、礼义廉耻 really helped me to grow immensely. All in all, I hope that you will choose Nanhua as your first choice and enjoy the unique experience yourself.
It is wonderful to hear from the students, parents, and alumnus who make up our Nanhua GEP family. Don't you agree?
Yes! We hope that you have gained invaluable insights from their sharing. For the next segment, we have Zhou Laoshi, our senior teacher, for high ability learners to share about the Nanhua GEP experience.
各位家长好，刚才你们听到了很多小朋友和家长给大家做的分享，现在让我来给大家从老师的角度分享。我会从课程、智力方面、情感教育还有合班给大家分享。南华的高才课程有一定程度的加深和加广，比如最近我们上了一门课是关于因纽特人的衣食住行，不过因为小朋友的兴趣不同，爱好不同，所以我们还加了一些纪录片，比如说介绍地球的自转，还有四季等等。最近庆祝的中秋节，我们还提到了分月饼，然后从中就引出了刘辉的酒蒜，当时上课的气氛非常非常的活跃。他们要制作出来的成品，有时候呢是个人的，有时候是小组专题作业。上课的环境有时候呢会进行面对面的教学，当然也有一些是虚拟会议的，所以我们会用到一些平台，尤其是在居家学习的时候，会用到谷歌教室或者是 SLS 等等。在教学的时候，我们会用到很多的工具，其中包括了看想思这样的，从最简单的工具学起，然后慢慢的他们就会学到了比较难的，比如说保罗思维模式。情感教育方面，我们也很注重培养学生的社会责任感和健康的道德价值观。老师们之间经常交流讨论学生的进展，然后打好师生的关系，还有让他们有机会同才学习。我们也有高才班的心理辅导老师，还有一些来自高才处的心理辅导事务员，帮助有需要的小朋友。在南华，高才班的小朋友有很多机会跟同龄的主流孩子建立更友好的关系，有利于他们的身心发展。那么他们在上高华课的时候呢，是用主流的课本、活动本等等，加上专门为高才合班学生设计的高才合班学习配套，他们也会使用南华的校内考卷来评估。因为我们是特选学校，所以双语并重，小1到小6都提供高华，没有提供其他的母语源流。以上就是我的分享，希望有机会和您一同合作，陪着孩子度过他们的小学教育。谢谢。
Thank you, 周老师 for the sharing. We have now come to the second Q&A segment in which we will be addressing questions pertaining to the GE program specific to Nanhua.
Thank you, Mr. Eng. Let me jump right back into the Q&A. How many GEP classes does Nanhua have? As mentioned in the earlier Q&A segment, we offer 2 GEP classes every year. Students will be assigned to one of 8 form classes. Will there be any orientation to ease my child into the school? Most definitely. In the sharing by our P4 pupils earlier, you heard about how the orientation helped them to get to know the school and their classmates better. New P4 GEP pupils, whether existing Nanhua pupils or pupils from other schools, can look forward to a fun-filled orientation program. What subjects do the GEP students take in their mixed classes? Why are they split into so many classes? I still do not really understand your mixed class model. No worries, let's take a look at the Nanhua GEP model and I'll explain how it works. In our 8 mixed form classes, students take form teacher guidance period, art, music, PE, and health education together. In addition, students will also attend level-wide events such as learning journeys and camps as a class. Higher Chinese language is conducted in mixed classes as well. The GEP pupils will be sorted into 4 mixed HCL classes. For GEP subjects, the 2 classes comprise only GEP students and are taught by GEP teachers. Our learning environments are designed to support the learners. In this regard, your child can look forward to a holistic learning experience to extend and deepen their learning. We believe that the interactions between students will provide a wider range of perspectives with opportunities for more in-depth discourse. While GEP students may be exposed to an enriched curriculum to enhance their cognitive development, their social and emotional needs are no different from their age peers. We encourage Nanhua students to embrace differences and to learn to be confident in managing diversity. Rest assured that there will be adequate social and peer support for your child to adjust to the new class. Are all the form teachers of the 8 classes GEP teachers? Each student will be assigned to a form class with 2 form teachers who may or may not be GEP teachers. Not to worry though, Nanhua has been operating mixed form classes since the year 2007, and next year will be our 15th year of implementation. Having taught mixed classes for so many years, our team of experienced teachers are very familiar with GEP students and are all able to provide excellent support to them, especially the new students who join the school in Primary 4. The teachers work closely to provide the best possible learning experience for all students. Do GEP students take the same exams as mainstream students? With the exception of mother tongue languages, all GEP students from the 9 centres take GEP papers. In Nanhua, the only school-based papers they take are for Higher Chinese in P4. In P5 and 6, they will take both Higher Chinese Language and Chinese Language school-based papers. How are the GEP students allocated classes each year? In Nanhua, there will not be any resorting. GEP pupils will be in the same form class, Higher Chinese class, and GEP group for 3 years. The reason for this is to provide a stable classroom environment that fosters inclusivity, confidence, positive bonds, and deeper friendships.
We have now come to the end of the session. We hope that you have gained a better insight into school life in Nanhua and are excited to embark on this exciting journey and be part of the Nanhua family.
Should there be any other information about the school that you would like to find out about, please feel free to check out the school website. You may also reach out to our Head of Department of GEP, Mrs. Denise Key, should you have further questions. Her email address can be found over here.
Thank you all for spending your time with us and have a good day ahead. Stay safe.